Hey there, folks. We have some incredible breaking news today out of New York City. Daniel Penny has been found not guilty. That means, yes, the jury has spoken and justice has prevailed. This is a monumental win, not just for Daniel Penny, but for anyone who believes in self-defense, personal responsibility, and standing up against mob-driven narratives. Now, let's be crystal clear. This case was about more than just one man's actions on a subway. This case was about whether we, as a society, are still willing to stand up for the principles of individual liberty and due process when they're under attack from emotional outrage and media pressure. So today what we're going to do is quickly break down what this verdict means for self-defense rights, why it's a victory against mob justice, and what we can learn from it moving forward. All right, so let's quickly recap what brought us here, and let's recap this case. So back in May of 2023, Daniel Penny, who is a Marine veteran, was riding in the subway in New York City when he encountered Jordan Neely, a man who was reportedly behaving erratically and threatening passengers. Penny stepped in not to just protect himself, but to protect everyone else on that subway, and ended up restraining Neely in a chokehold that ended up resulting in Neely's death. Now, here's where things get a little complicated, or they got a little complicated. So despite multiple eyewitnesses confirming that Neely was acting aggressively and that Penny was trying to protect those around him, much of the left-wing activists and corporate media outlets immediately painted Penny as the villain. They called him everything from a vigilante to a murderer, and before you knew it, he was being charged with manslaughter and murder. And this case became a flashpoint because this isn't just about what happened on that subway that fateful day, but rather it was about whether we still value the right to defend ourselves in public spaces. If Daniel Penny had been convicted, this would have been a chilling message to anyone who dares to stand up and protect themselves or others in dangerous situations. Also, let's talk quickly about why this verdict matters so much, starting off, yes, with self-defense, because at its core, self-defense is one of the most fundamental rights we have, not as Americans, but as individuals. This is the idea that you have not only the right, but the responsibility to protect yourself and others when your life or safety is threatened. And if we lose this right, or if we allow it to be eroded by fear of prosecution, then what kind of society are we left with? A society where people are too scared to act when danger arises? Or a society where law-abiding citizens are punished while the aggressors face no consequences? That's not liberty. That's chaos. And also, let's not forget how this ties into broader issues like gun rights and stand your ground laws, because cases like Daniel Penny's remind us why those protections exist in the first place. Because sometimes you don't have the time needed to just wait for help or rely on someone else to save you. Sometimes you have to act. And when you do, you shouldn't be treated like a criminal for doing this. This verdict also sends an important message. If you act responsibly and within reason to protect yourself or others, our legal system should, and in this case did, back you up, even if the corporate media doesn't. And also, the fight against mob justice. And also, let's address another major theme in this case, mob justice, and why it's so dangerous. Because from day one, Daniel Penny wasn't just facing legal charges. He was facing a trial by public opinion, where activists were protesting outside courthouses. Social media was flooded with hashtags calling him everything from racist to a murderer before evidence had even been presented in court. And this is what happens when we let emotions override facts. And it's something that libertarians need to push back against good and hard, because due process exists for a reason, so that everyone gets a fair trial based on the evidence, not on who can shout the loudest or generate the most outrage online. And let me just say, this isn't just about Daniel Penny. Because we've seen this play out time and again in high-profile cases where public pressure tries to dictate outcomes instead of letting facts speak for themselves. Do we all need to go back to the summer of love in 2020 to see that firsthand? If we allow mob justice to become the norm, then no one is safe. Not you, not me, anyone who dares to stand up for what they believe is right. How do we fight back? By staying principled, yes, even when it's unpopular, and by reminding people that justice isn't just about revenge or outrage, but it's also about fairness and truth. Today was a good day, dare I say a great day, for liberty, for justice, for all of us who believe in standing up for what's right, even when it's hard. Daniel Penny is free because he acted responsibly to protect others while also protecting himself, and because our legal system today upheld his right to do so. Let me leave you with this. This victory doesn't mean the fight is over. Cases like Daniel's remind us of how fragile our rights are and how quickly they can crumble when they are under attack from emotional outrage or political agendas. So stay vigilant. Keep advocating for self-defense rights, due process, and individual liberty, because these principles, they're worth fighting for. All right, that's going to wrap up our special breaking news episode here of The Brian Nichols Show. Thank you for tuning in to today's episode. And as always, if you found some value or if you got thoughts on today's topic, do me a favor. Go ahead and let us know down below in the comments, whether you're on YouTube, Rumble, Twitter, or Facebook, or shoot me an email, brian@briannicholsshow.com. That's hard. Go ahead and hit me up on social media at @BNicholsLiberty. I'd love to hear from you. And don't forget, hit that subscribe button so you never miss a single episode, especially our breaking news episodes. With that being said, until next time, keep selling liberty by meeting people where they're at. And of course, be sure to educate, enlighten, and inform. This is Brian Nichols signing off. We'll see you next time.
Thanks for listening to The Brian Nichols Show. Find more episodes at briannicholsshow.com.
Hey folks, I want to take a moment to talk about something that has truly changed my life, and that is Cardio Miracle, our incredible studio sponsor. Now, I'll be honest, when I first heard about Cardio Miracle and their claims about improving heart health, I was skeptical. But after using it for just about 2 months, I was absolutely blown away by the results. First, my blood pressure went from being consistently around 140/90 to a much more healthier and manageable 120/80. And my resting heart rate dropped from the low 70s to the high 50s. And I couldn't believe it. But the benefits didn't stop there. I started sleeping better, and I felt more energized at the gym, and my heart felt the best it's felt in years. And it's not just me. Hundreds of you, our amazing listeners, have reached out to share your own incredible experiences with Cardio Miracle. So, what is Cardio Miracle? And how does it work? It's a carefully crafted supplement that harnesses the power of nitric oxide to support optimal heart function. So, by increasing nitric oxide levels in your blood, Cardio Miracle helps relax your blood vessels, improve circulation, and it protects your heart from damage. It's like giving your heart the support it needs to function at its best. And here's the best part. We've got an exclusive offer just for you, our loyal listeners here at The Brian Nichols Show. When you head over to cardiomiracle.com and use code TBNS at checkout, you'll get an extra 15% discount on your order. Plus, with their 100% money-back guarantee, you've got nothing to lose and everything to gain. So, if you're ready to take control of your heart health and experience the life-changing benefits of Cardio Miracle for yourself, just click the link in the show notes or video description. Trust me, your heart will thank you. And don't wait another day to prioritize your health. Join the tens of thousands of folks who have already discovered the Cardio Miracle difference. Head to cardiomiracle.com now and use code TBNS for 15% off your order. Your journey to a happier and healthier heart starts today. And now, let's get back to the show.